Hey, first grade, it's Mrs. Arbini again, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit more about letters today, and letters and sounds, and really just to work on phonics. So you saw me probably earlier, or maybe later today, for phonemic awareness, but I want to talk to you about phonics also. We're going to spend a lot of time this year really studying and learning about words and about letters and about sounds. And one of the ways we do that is through phonics. And I bet that in kindergarten last year, you learned about phonics as well. You learned about your vowel power, and you learned about how to be a word detective and a letter detective. You learned about how to make letters and how letters sound. And so we're going to do that again this year, but we're just going to take it a little bit further. And so I'm going to teach you today a little bit about how to study a word. And so if you look behind me, I think you can see. Can you see this? This label here? Anybody know what that says? It's probably kind of far away. Let me grab it and give it to you. I had labeled my wall. Do you like to do that? Do you like to label things? I do. I even have a little label maker where I can punch in the letters and it puts out a little piece of tape with the label on it so that everything has a word on it in my house. That makes me so happy. But these Post-it notes work well too. This was a label I had back behind me and it's, can you read it? Yeah, it's the word wall. How about this one? I'm going to pull it off too. I don't know if you can see what's behind me there. But this is it's a chart. That's another label that I have in my house. I want to show you some other ones I have. How about, oh, this is a good one. How about this? Yeah, it's a marker. I labeled my marker. How about, this one I had to go pull off earlier, but this is yeah, God, this was on my window. I labeled my window. How about this one? Yeah, that's a book. And I have one more, and I bet you you will all be able to read and enjoy this label. You ready for this? It's my phone. Labeled my phone. Cute little picture of my boys, by the way. That's Owen and Henry. I labeled my phone. And I bet you when you were little, maybe before kindergarten and in preschool, you were starting to notice all these letters and words around you, but you didn't know what they meant. And last year in kindergarten, you really stretched your brains to start identifying what those words said, what those sounds were, what those words meant. And you did that by studying them. So we're going to do that today. I'm actually going to show you a chart that we're using first grade to study words. So I hope you can see me down in the corner because you're going to need to see my labels to make this work. But I am going to grab my label that says marker. Okay? And one of the ways that we can study a word is by studying the syllables in the word, how many parts it has. So I'm going to put this down for a second so I can use my hands. Think about the word marker. Marker. We're going to snap and clap the syllables. So the syllables are parts of words. So let's say the word marker together. Marker. Now let's clap it into parts. Marker. Let's snap it too. Marker. How many parts does that word have? Yeah, it has two. Marker has two parts. Now the other thing that we can do in a word is study the letters in the word. Okay, so let's look at the word marker. One of the things we can do is name the letters. So let's go ahead and do that. Say what all the letters are. M, A, R, K, E, R. So that's one thing I can do to study the word marker. What else can you notice? You know what? I noticed that too. It has an ER ending. I know we saw that ending a lot on our calendar last year in kindergarten. Like September had an ER at the end. Or October had an ER at the end. Do you think we could use these letters to make any more words? We could add an S on the end to change that word marker into markers. if we took the ER off the word, what do we have now? We just have the word mark. Let's try it with another one. Let's grab book. And I'm just going to grab the label right off of it. Let's go look at the word book. First thing we need to do is figure out how many syllables a word like book has. So I'm going to put it down and let's clap it. Book. Now let's snap it. Book. Has one syllable. Okay. Now let's go down and look at it. Let's name the letters together. B, O, O, K. Book. Now we're going to study these letters. Do they remind you of anything? We see this OO pattern sometimes, don't we? And what would happen if I added an S onto book? Then what would happen? Yeah, it would make the word books. Can you think of any word that rhymes with book? You know, I'm thinking of the word took. And if I changed the B and added a T, I could change book into took. And that makes me think of another word I know. Book and took rhyme, but so does look. And if I put an L in front of that ook chunk, I would make the word look. So there are lots of different ways to study words. And so what you're going to do today as part of your independent work time is I want you to walk around your house and see what kind of words you can find. Or you can use some of the Post-its we gave you to make some labels. And I want you to look through those words. I want you to snap them or clap them. And then I want you to study those words. Name the letters and see if there are other words that you can make. Have a great day.